So mats at the wall to start. Seated or standing or lying, whichever one you want, just to be here. And let's breathe in and out. We're going to breathe out through our mouth. Let's take our arms, breathe in and out. And again, inhale and exhale. 2 more. So we're really doing this so that we can breathe. Hey, Lee, we're going to be using a wall today for the majority of the class. So most of us are at the wall. You can do what you need. Last one. No arms. Take a deep breath through the nose and hold it for a second. Blow it out through the mouth, tongue at the roof of the mouth. One more time, breathe in deep. All the way out, blow it all the way out. Closing your eyes. Just noticing what's present for you. Can you find your anchor? Is your anchor in your chest behind your heart? Is your anchor lower in your solar plexus or below the belly? Bring the brain, bring the attention down there for a moment. Take a full expansion and open up the space there. On your exhale, relax around it. Last time, inhale, expand that space. And release. Great. All right. Hello. So we have a lot going on. This is all new to me. Kind of, sort of, I've tried it. We'll see what happens, okay? So we're on board? Mm-hmm. So come on, let's stand up sideways. So it's a little different today, Anna Marie. You come to a class that's different. Hey, Nan. So arm is straight by my side, and we're doing side bend, and we move the hips out. So it looks like this. Hips move out, and I'm this way. So I'm going this way with my hips, okay? Let's do 5. We're using the wall today, Nancy. 1, exhale. Exhale, bend 2. Remember, today's kind of like strength-ish. 3. So you don't have to move your hips. We're going to hold them steady in a moment. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Now this time you're going to bend this elbow and do a side bend without moving the hip. So bend the elbow, side bend, and then come back. And exhale, side bend. So my hips don't move if that's okay with you. Now where's your attention? I know you're looking at the screen, but can you be in your side waist? Can you be in your breath? 2 more. Maybe you need to breathe out through the mouth. That's fine too. Last one. So we're going to be moving like this quite a bit. Release. Calf. So I'm going to put my right foot forward. My left leg is back. My arms are straight, and I'm at an angle. You don't have to look at me. And I'm just going to bend the front knee. Back leg is straight, and then straighten the front knee. So I'm stretching the calf first. So put your attention in that back calf, yeah? Put your attention in the back calf. 3 more. Are you exhaling through the nose? Last one. Hold this one. Reach the arms up, straighten the legs. Give yourself a big stretch right here. Head goes in between the arms. And then switch legs. So completely different class today. We're going to see how it goes. So again, arms are straightened, pull the arms down, bend the front knee to just really check that calf. So what you're doing is checking to see how tight is it. And you're doing it with the breath. So I'm inhaling nose as I straighten, exhaling as I bend. 2 more. Inhaling, straighten, exhaling, bend, and keeping your attention in your body. Last one. Then straighten both legs, reach the arms up at an angle, pull your hips back, and give yourself a big stretch so you feel it in that front leg. Take a breath here. Last one, and then we do the other side. Bracket. So I'm going to have both legs straight and my arms are straight and say above my shoulders. So I'm creating some kind of bracket. We're going to do cat-cow from here. If you need to soften your knees, do that. So I'm going to ripple my back. Maybe it doesn't ripple much. And then I'm going to take my head back up. I'm going to cat, exhale. I'm going to cow, inhale. So you might need to really undulate your body, or you may need to just do just a little bit of movement. Play with it. It's all for you. 2 more. Really allow the spine to ripple or roll. And your last one. Now we'll turn to the other side. I'll do mine here. So now we're side. Body is straight. And I'm going to allow my hips to go this way as I bend. Hips to go the other way as I bend. So it would be like this if I'm holding. I'm just bending the hips and back. Bending the hips and back. So I kind of took a whole bunch of different options today to see standing we're doing, and we're doing on our back, we're doing kneeling, and we're doing on our stomach using the wall. Okay, now you stay here and bend this arm, and you're just side bend without moving the hips. So it's the same thing. So you're just bending the arm at the wall and side bend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you do feel the stretch in the leg as well, yeah? 2 more. So it's a series, and we're going to be adding on maybe next week or Thursday. Last one. And release. I'd like you to just come back to the wall. And this time what I want is push-ups, and we're going to be on our toes. And the hands, let's start wide, okay? So the hands are wide. I'm up on my toes, and I'm simply going to take the elbows wide and push away. And we'll do 5 of those. Elbows wide, push away. So again, my torso is firm. My arms totally straightened. It's very supported. Exhale. And remember, we're looking to really activate the triceps on the, I don't want to say lockout, but when you straighten. Last one. Exhale. Now bring the hands closer in. And if you want to lower them, keep them where they are, lower them. Now you're doing tricep push-ups. Elbows go down and you push away. Now, if this is too difficult, you can actually push away from the wall, but I'd like you to try to stay here. And if it's too much on your heels, go down from your heels. I'm okay just having flat feet. That's fine too. 3 more. So try flat feet, might be more comfortable. 2, elbows are tight, just warming that up. And your last one. And release. I think we're good. We're going to do some more of that before. Let's do our quad work. So turn and face me. Feet are away. Notice how we're moving through it to just warm up. My feet are going to be a little wider. You could use a band with this, but we're not going to. So I'm just going to slide down 45. That's all I need is 45 degrees, and you're holding 45. Let's take the thumbs and go up to the ceiling. And exhale down. So you can relax the fingers. You're just moving the arms now. Can you keep the integral or integrity of the back? Probably not. So maybe take the head away from the wall and really focus on pushing the back in. Maybe your thumbs don't touch the wall. Breathing. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Hold up here, palms forward, and slide them down to your cactus. So here, if you can't get your low back to the wall, walk your feet out a bit more. Maybe turn the feet out, maybe turn them in. Play with it. So just go to a Y and down. And if you need to come up from your chair, come up from your chair if it's too much. Slide to a Y. If you can go more than a Y and go straight up, great. But most of us can't. 2 more. Push the low back. I shouldn't say low back. It's a little bit above that. Breathe. 2 more. Last one. Take the arms and take them forward. How are the legs? We working okay? So they're not so bad when it's 45. Elbows to the wall and back. Elbows to the wall. So I'm going to stop talking and I want you to feel your back when you touch the wall. Inhale out. Big breath, ujjayi. And as I'm ujjayiing, pull the navel in. Pull that navel in. Last one. Hands down, push away from the wall, feel that. Yeah? A little bit more though, sorry. Ready? So I'm going to lean back. Remember, this is our strength, and we'll do some stretching after. Something quite different. Let's take the right hands at the wall, right ankle on the knee. And we'll go left ankle on the knee. Not so easy, yeah? And then switch. So you're practicing putting weight on one leg. And you're 45 degrees, so you can hold on to the wall or not. It's really up to you. And this is informative because it shows you, do I have the capacity to switch legs like this? 2 more. It's a taste smorgasbord today. And release. Same thing here. Now you'll have to probably hold on. Try to extend one leg and down. Try to extend one leg. So notice it's all quad. So if you wanted to build your knees, you could do this while you're seated in a chair, but we're doing it at a 45 wheelchair sit. Nancy V, can't see you, so I want to make sure. Are you good?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. How's the knees?
Good, okay.
2 more, everybody. Lee, how's this feel for your knee?
Well, I got a cortisone shot, so.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Last one. We'll talk about that. And push away. So what I was trying to do is to do a little bit of leg work without sacrificing. You know, for a lot of us, we have a little bit of trouble like that. All right, one more variation on our knees. So if you need support and padding, grab that and let me show you what it looks like. I told you today's a smorgasbord. So I'm going to do like I would for, let's see, put your fingers at the wall for gate pose. Thumb sideways. You know, some people need it for the knee, so definitely put that. So let me show you what it looks like. So the arm is down like we would, and instead the upper arm is touching. So we're here. So the first thing we're going to do is find what works. Maybe your bottom arm needs to be forward. Maybe it needs to be back. Find where the shoulder is. Fingertips only are at the wall, and I'm going to press and lift my top hip. So I'm really going to feel that stretch, yeah? If you can put that bottom hand fully planted, go ahead. And now adjust the knee or whatever you need to do to lift up that leg and point. And we're just going to tap down and up. So if you need to make an adjustment with the bottom knee, please do that. Exhale. Relax the neck. Don't need to look at the screen. Breathe. Exhale up. Inhale down. You know that Tuesday we add a little bit more of the Pilates-esque. And let's pulse at the top. 1. Exhale. 2. Lift. 5. Hold. And release. Other side. So just plant that hand. Rotate the knee. Point the toe. My back is going to be to you on this one. My fingers are at the wall only, and I'm going to make an adjustment. So the first thing I'm doing is planting the foot on the floor and pushing my fingers at the wall, lifting the top hip and looking underneath maybe my armpit, but feeling that side stretch. Relax the neck, right, Maureen? Okay, here we go. Adjust your bottom arm, adjust your shoulders stacking, point the toe and lift up, and you can even see your foot. Lift up, and if you have too much back bend, round your back a bit and take your foot or leg a little forward. 3, toward that diagonal corner of your mat if you need to. Breathe. Exhale. And now we're just going to pulse up for 6. 1, exhale. And you're moving about a foot at a time. So again, if the back is an issue, take the leg a little more forward and round the back. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back. Ooh, all right. 2 more. This time you're going to place on cat-cow, place your right arm at the wall, left arm is down. So now you have support. Push into the wall and push into the floor. So we have to trust each other on this one. Remember how we play? Let's put both hands on the floor. Now press the arms and really raise your back up a little bit. Now find neutral pelvis, neutral neck, and really feel the integrity of your ribs and your hips. You don't want to change that when you lift that arm up. So lift the right arm to the wall and feel the ribs there. Because now we're going to take the left leg, point it back behind us. Keep the ribs up, head is level. Point the toe, and again, this is half of a bird dog. Lift the leg up maybe 3 inches and down. It's not about height. It's about exhale. Lift. Can you lift the leg without adjusting your ribs or torso? So Nancy R., you should feel a lot of butt here. If not, bend the leg. No, bending the leg will make it worse. Just do it this way. 3, it should be more butt. 4, and pulse at the top. Go 1, just your butt. 2, exhale, keep the ribs up, relax the neck. 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Come back to all fours. Plant those hands, push the hands, and again, lift the ribs so that they're supported. Lift the abs. Reach the left. Is it your left hand now at the wall, right?
Yes.
And then it's your right foot is going to point back. You're not going to lift very much. You can use your fingertips at the wall too. Just again, see if you can work this out. Adjust the position of your hand or your foot. Exhale, lift and down. Notice one side might be weaker. I find I have to really push that hand at the wall to get myself steady. Exhale, not high. Exhale, and then just pulse. 1, pulsing lift. 2, so slow. 3, navel in. Pull that navel in. 4, 5, just 1 more. And wide child's. Walk the hands to the right and stretch. Exhale. Take the right arm, take it to the center of the mat. So you're rolling under. You really feel that stretch. Right arm is over the left. Left arm is reaching under. Right arm is over the head. Breathe. Full wide leg child's pose. Reach the fingers forward, head forward. Now lift the ribs up and stretch and relax the head. Walk the hands to the left. How's the breath? How's the neck? Is it relaxed? Tricky. Left hand over right. Walks forward. You get to decide. You can stay facing the floor, or if you like to twist yourself a little bit up, feel what works for you. Maybe you need to separate the arms more, maybe more together. Ujjayi breath, closing the mouth on the exhale, like you're going to limit or prevent your exhales and push the air out your nose, like a hum sound. And release. Okay, one more down here. Hopefully you're enjoying some of this fun. Come on up to your knees and check this out. So the hand's going to be down, and now this one is similar, but the leg is at the wall. So I'm going to use both hands, put the leg at the wall, toes are parallel to the floor, and push. So I'm just pushing into the wall. That's all I'm practicing. Hand is on the hip to start. Head relaxes. Top arm up at the wall, up at the ceiling. And all we're going to practice is taking that arm overhead and back. Overhead, exhale, and back.
Can you turn like sideways or more forward?
I'm sideways, completely sideways, if you can. It is definitely a struggle, yeah? Nancy R., I think this is definitely a struggle for you, right? And then switch. So it was just a little bit to see what our bodies can do. If you find, Lee, you can face the floor to do this too. It's a different feeling, but we're looking for half moon with the foot at the wall. A variation, arm overhead. So you can take it on your elbow. If it's easier on your elbow for some of you, please try the elbow. You know, make it work for you. Remember, that's what our motto is. Just two more. Last one. And release. Let's take one downward dog. Tuck the toes. Push the hips up. Push yourself back into the heels. Let the head hang. Big breath in. Notice if your shoulders are moving toward your ears, pull them away and let your head sink. Deep breath. Knees to the ground. Okay, let's start our second section. We'll face the wall and it'll be wide leg, knees bent. Toes are up, wide leg, knees bent, sitting. So it looks like this. So I'm going to do it this way. This would be me at the wall. I need a wall that faces this way. Okay? So simply from here, my toes are at the wall. You just listen to me. I know it's hard because our screen isn't. And all we're going to do is put the hands at the wall and lean forward and back. So I'm at the wall and I'm leaning forward and back. On my feet, it really helps that I can push into something. So I'm just bending from the hips. Exhale forward and back. Two more. Exhale forward. And you can feel the stretch in the low back, yeah? Two more. If you don't have something to push against, you really don't get this sensation. So sitting up with your torso, arms to the side. You don't need to see me. And all we're going to do is either keep your arms here or put the fingers on the shoulders. And you're just going to twist. Twist to the right without moving the hips. Back and twist to the left. So now you're working in the torso. The feet are pushing into the wall and the hips are steady. So I take an inhale as I twist, exhale as I rest. Inhale as I'm going, exhale as I rest. 2 more. Last one. Feel the stretch in the ribs. Keep the legs where they are, fingertips at the wall. Now walk them up like you're doing down dog. Walk them up, keep walking, and you're stretching your spine. Head is in between your arms. Some of you might be able to get your palms to the wall. Otherwise, it's just the fingertips and big stretch. And then notice you're using your shoulders. So drop the shoulders. Exhale. This is a deep down dog, a deep bend in the hips. 2 breaths here. And the breaths again are the ujjayi. Suck in the air through the nose. Push it out through the nose. And slowly release. Okay, Nancy R., hopefully this is all going to be useful, the stuff at the wall today, okay? So hip lifts. Let's come down. Your feet are, let's try them straight and then scooch a little bit closer to the wall. So they're not 90-90. My feet are higher than 90 degrees or bridge pose, yeah? And I feel the weight on my pelvis. Arms down and just stay here for a second and just feel the weight, yeah? You know, this is really informal, so at any time, people, can you please just tell me if it's not working, okay? So I'm gonna push more of my feet to the wall, just the balls of the feet, just see what that feels like, and then I'm gonna push both. And when I did a lot of this, I like just my toes at the wall or my balls of my feet. You're gonna decide. Arms by your side, palms down. Relax the shoulders. Chin more to the chest. Rolling up and down 5 times. Roll the pelvis up, lift. You don't have to lift high. And if I'm too close, I'm gonna back up a little bit. So you decide, you're not doing so much work. I'm almost at a 45-degree angle. My legs aren't straight, they're not fully bent. And down. This is so little, everyone, don't do much. Just rolling up. I'm practicing pelvic rolls or rocks. Exhale. It's almost like, and I said this to someone, again, you have a piece of paper in between your tushies, the low tushies, and you're squeezing that piece of paper to get yourself up, yeah? So it's less of the feet, it's more of your tushy. Last one. Exhale up. Okay, tricky. Let's actually just start right hip. Just the right hip lifts and down. Notice you have to use your right foot. Right hip and down. How about left hip? Left hip and down. And again, left hip. Now you're going to make circles. So right hip, circle to the left hip and down. Do that one more time. Right hip to the left hip and down. Other way. Left hip to the right hip and down. One more. To the right hip and rest for a moment. So adjust your feet and adjust your body. Place your hands behind your head for curl up. So here, again, notice that there's space in the low back. That's okay, but you can adjust that with the height of your legs or the closeness. Just pelvic curls. Again, inhale, exhale, lift. Very slowly. Inhale. You're not touching the ground. You just lift. So there's still that pelvic curl the entire time. Now, can you adjust your hands so that the neck is totally cradled? The neck is not working at all. Maybe your elbows are more forward for this than side. Exhale. In your mind's eye, think shoulders roll off the floor and toward the floor. 3 more. That could be your breath. Exhale. Last one. Hold at the top. Pivot or twist to the right. Center. Twist to the left. Exhale. Center. Twist to the right. Center. And left. 2 more. Left. Center. Exhale. Right. And last one. Left. Center. And some of you who want to relax here, you're absolutely okay to relax. But what we're going to do is to lift the right leg and lift our hips up and lower the hips. So you can be this way with your arms, or you can put your head and your arms down on the ground. So your head and the arms can be down on the ground, and you can use just the balls of the foot, which will do more tushy, or you can use the full leg. 3 more. 2. You can bend that knee if it's too much straight, and other side. So again, you can be with your hands behind your head or on the ground. Lift up. And again, and I'm not touching the ground when I do this. I'm simply just lifting and down. And play with just your toes or balls of the feet, and play with the full foot to see what do you want to work today. Listen to my breathing if you like. 3 more. 3. 2. And 1. Straighten the legs so the legs are totally straight and high. So I'm like a 45 degrees. Mostly my balls are at the wall, balls of the feet. So let's do the 100 from here. So I'm going to lift my shoulders off the floor. Arms are parallel to the floor. And I'm going to inhale for 5 and exhale for 5 and pump my arms. Inhale 5. Exhale. Pumping the arms. Inhale. Exhale. This should feel better, Lee, right? Inhale on the back and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So keep telling me how you're doing because I don't hear much, so I just want to make sure. Inhale and exhale. 3 more sets. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. You ready? And exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Roll down. Ooh, knees in. Roll the knees right and left. Arms back at the feet back at the wall. Arms overhead and stretch. So again, notice when we were at the wall, we tried to do this. So it's like that wall chair sit, but in a different position, and you have gravity. So here, your back has no trouble being at the floor, right? How about the back of your neck? How about the back of your shoulders? How about your forearms and your upper arms? Can you put as much of that on the floor? I liked another exercise that was at the wall. We'll do it here. Make a diamond with your thumb and index finger. So your hands are like in a diamond shape and the elbows are bent. So feel that, press that into the floor. It opens yourself up. So you can bring that diamond to your head, touching, and then straighten a little bit. So the elbows just bend and straighten, pull it down. Chin's moving toward the chest and up. I kind of like this stretch. Hopefully you do too. Last one. And release. Knees into the chest, happy baby. So take it wide. I'm going to take it wide so I'm in like a squat. Big breath, blow up your ribs, release. Now bring the soles of the feet together, or just touch your toes, and bring the hips, feet to the groin. Chin down to the chest, so you're sounding like this, and you're putting your tailbone down on the floor. Big breath. One more. Good. Slowly rock and roll a little bit to get yourself up. So just rock and roll. So just practice rolling. Do a few rock and rolls here. You're pretty close to the wall. So do some rolling back and forth, back and forth. 2 more. Maureen, how's the back on these?
My back's okay, but I've had like something in the left side of my neck for a couple of weeks.
You are having a lot going on, right? Let's do wide leg. So we're going to be doing the saw from here. So how strange. So instead of pointing the toes, I'm wide leg and I'm pushing the soles of the feet at the wall. Got it? So you can just follow me. So from here, my feet are at the wall. That's just a wide leg, and arms are to the side. Simply twist. So twist to the right. So it's a little bit different with the legs straight. And twist to the left. Exhale. Twist to the right. And twist to the left. 2 more. Now when we're twisting, we just do a saw. So the saw is the pinky finger to the pinky toe and turn the back hand down. So if you haven't done this, we just pulse 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Both cheeks are on the ground. And switch. Pinky down in the front, thumb down in the back. Exhale. Bend from the spine. 2 and 3. Let's do 3 more sets. Exhale. Notice you want to lift your legs or you want to bend them. So it really helps you to have the wall for feedback. So this time, focus on the feet, really pressing the feet into the wall as you bend. It anchors you. And you have to use your legs. And switch. Last one, fingertips at the wall, nice and high. Pull the back or the navel back as you reach forward. And release. One more, coming down. On your backs, legs are relatively straight with a little bent in them. 45 degrees up, that was a break in between. So we're going to bicycle, hands behind your head. Bring the right knee in, elbow to knee-ish, and then back. Exhale. So you don't touch it, you're just alternating. Very gently, everybody. Very gently. And now we'll just take single leg pulls. So take the right leg in, and you can either grab the leg with your hand or keep them behind your head. And the other side. Keeping it behind the head is less stressful on the neck for some people. 2 more. Point the toe. So we're working the core secretly, right? 2 more. Last one. And breathe. Lovely. Take a moment. Turn on your all fours. So now your heels are at the wall, or your toes, I should say, are at the wall. So both my feet and flat feet are at the wall. So walk the hands out a little bit. Knees are a little bit wider. So you'll see we're doing a lot of poses we would do, but they're different. Hinge, hip hinge your heels back, push into the wall, and come forward. Exhale, and forward. Now, some of you would be okay if you just come forward almost to an up dog. So you let the hips drop a little, and then come back. Let the hips drop a little. Do what feels okay for you. 3. Just 2 more. 2. And let's hold our up dog-ish. Just hold this for a moment. Let the head come back. Breathe. And release. Take it to a plank with your feet at the wall. So let's adjust our hands. So my plank is, normally you have to walk the feet forward and just push the balls of the feet at the wall. Just hold your plank and look how you have to activate your legs. Hold that just for a moment. Breathe. And release. Let's do one more like that. Last one. Walk the feet a little forward so the heels are at the wall. Downward dog, heels at the wall. Push your hips back. Walk the hands instead of walking the feet and really get a stretch. So my head is moving toward the ground. Breathe. Okay, now some of us might be interested in taking the right leg up the wall. So my toes go up the wall and I'm in a single leg dog and I'm kind of hanging from that top foot. Breathe. If you need to come to child's in between, you do. Then put that foot down. Maybe put the knees down and then go to the other side. Walk the foot as high as you can and you're almost hanging from that foot. And the head goes more toward the wall and the arms and shoulders get stretched. And release. And knees down. Come down to flat on your stomach. So it's all these different ways when you use a ball. So my heels are at the wall. My arms are about shoulder height or so, and my knees are off the ground. So I'm going to pelvic tilt under. So I'm pulling my hips toward my ribs, roll my shoulders and put them in my back pocket, and baby cobra. So push into the wall and just lift your chest up, upper back. I'm only lifting my head and shoulders. Don't lift very high and down. We'll do about 5 of those. So my legs are active. And if you're too close to the wall, maybe you push away or vice versa. But you want to activate pelvic tilt under. Press the thighs down, right, Lee? Remember, we press the thighs down. The knees are off, but the thighs push to the ground. So it's all upper back. How are we feeling lower back here? Is it okay? I'll take it as a yes. Forehead to the ground, rest. Okay, we're looking for W's, or we're going to do something a little different. Walk the hands forward. Out in front of you, Supergirl stretch. Push into the wall and tilt the pelvis under. Low ribs and hips are meeting toward each other. Okay, from here, press the thighs down. Lift the arms up. You don't have to lift the head, or you can. W with the arms, or cactus. Swing them behind you. Now lift your torso just a little bit. Back to your W or cactus. Arms overhead and down. How is that? So now my legs can relax. See the difference? So prepare. Straighten the legs. Push the thighs down. And again, meet the hips with the ribs. Lift the arms. You don't have to lift the head. You can keep your head down. W or lift the head. Reach behind. Lift yourself up like a locust. And then W. Arms forward and down. Ooh, that was nice. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let's do one knee push-up. So put your feet at the wall a little higher. Push yourself up. So my feet are at the wall. Toes are at the wall. Get closer to the wall, people. My toes are higher. Can you see that? So use the toes. Let's see if this works and helps. You don't have to do this push-up. It's an experiment. So just see if you can take yourself down, not all the way, just a little bit, a quarter of the way, and come back. But use the wall to push. Just a quarter of the way. And see if you can do 5 here. Pull the navel in. The navel needs to be pulled in and the ribs need to be pulled up. 2 more. Last one. And hips to the wall. So downward dog child's pose from here. So my toes are really high up, kind of on the bottoms of my knees, and my head is down. So this is another way to do child's pose that is possible for some people. Big breath. slowly come to down dogish. And let's walk our hands to our feet. Now your tush is at the wall. Walk your feet forward so you're leaning against the wall. You're about a foot away from the wall and just hanging. My tush is barely touching. If you want to bend your knees, you can. Can you release? Can you shake? Just like release, totally swing, whatever you'd like here. And then push your toes down. Use the legs, use the buttocks at the wall, and slowly start to put your fingers at the, let's see, at the low spine. Put your fingers at the low spine. We're going to roll up, and you're going to help yourself with your fingers. So just pull the navel in and round that part up. Then go a little higher and feel that part. So you're lifting yourself up with your fingers and your spine, pulling it up. Use your core. The core and the legs are getting you up. You're ultimately trying to get your low vertebrae at the wall, and the other is still bent forward. So you're trying to get your low back at the wall before the shoulders round up. Kind of hard, huh? And then slowly, head goes back. Breathe. Can we try the reverse? What do you think? So right now, my low back is at the wall. So some of you might need to take the legs further out. Oh, we just had a little visitor, little turkeys going by. So push the low back. And again, just watch, the head goes. Then my shoulders release. If I need to, bend my knees. Then maybe I'm going to put my hands on my belly or something and just pull my ribs down just a little, like I'm doing a sit-up. Then I'm going to see how much can I stretch before I take my low back. Keep the low back on as long as you can. Just hold it right there with the low back as much as you can on, and then slowly keep rolling down. Keep going. I'm almost going to use my hands on my spine to just help me think about expanding the vertebrae that don't want to expand, that thoracic and that between, that high lumbar. And just hang here. So now my feet are way out, my knees are bent, and I'm just hanging. Breathe. Slowly roll up. And again, trying, if it's okay, to, you don't have to get the low back in, but can the hips get right first, upright, before I stack my ribs? So I can put my hands on my ribs and just feel that. I have to pull the ribs back. And my head is still down. And then, oh, I'm trying to get that bra strap there. And then roll that up. There we go. Push away from the wall. Not bad, eh? Okay, we didn't do as much arms, so can we just do a little arms here? So I am going to stand sideways. Outside leg goes, let me get this right. Outside leg stays where it is. Inside leg goes back. And arm is pretty straight. So the inside leg is back, outside leg forward. So from here, you're simply going to do a one arm push up. Not so bad, eh? So you could do this mindlessly, right? Or you could do it with a lot of conscious gentleness. How's that? Conscious gentleness. My back heel is on the ground, if that works for you, Maureen. Breathe. Last one. And hold. Take the arm out to the side and twist toward the wall and open. 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 Outside leg steps out to the side. Same thing with the arm. We're going to do a push-up. We're going to lift the leg and then do one arm push-up. So I lift the leg to the side, one arm push-up. Lift the leg to the side, not so easy, huh? especially because of that limitation. So point and bend. Last one. Just the leg 3 times. 1. Exhale. Upright body. 2. 3. From here, kick diagonal forward. So it's 1, and then flex back, push. So it's semi-diagonal a little bit, point, flex back behind you. Last one, point, and behind you. Woo, other side. So you see, this is different than when we do it on the floor, right? So I'm gonna do it here because you can see me. So the first thing is inside leg back, outside leg forward. And I just get in between my arm. So my arms in between my legs, and I just bend the arm and back. So look, this is a way to do push-up, one arm. So you could just practice these. Now, yes, I like this way because you see the shoulder blade goes in the socket. Put your hand on your shoulder blade and see it's right there. So I'm putting my hand, right here to see, is it on the back? Am I keeping it on my back? 2 more. And let's roll the arm. So the arm out to the side and just roll in and roll out. And roll in and out. 2 more. So you can adjust the legs. You want this outside leg out to the side. You want to be able to bend the arm. So I bend the arm for a push-up, and then I lift the outside leg just pointing. I bend, and then I lift. I bend, this is my wall, and I lift. I bend, and I lift. 2 more. Bend, and lift. How many times do we do this with that leg turned in, right? Okay, let's hold, and let's just lift the leg 3 times without lifting the torso if you can. 1, exhale, 2, exhale, 3. 1 more for the measure. And lovely. Excellent. Face me, windshield wipers or washing machine. So I'm first going to go to my buttocks, my hips. So hopefully you thought that was kind of fun today because we did some other things. Now to the upper back. You're just tapping the upper back. Breathe. Over to the ceiling. Nice and easy. And release. Wide leg forward bend before we do our inversions. So I'm going to take the legs as wide as possible. If you'd like to use a support, a brick, a roller, whatever you need to put the head, if the head doesn't reach something. So you want the head, I'll give you some options. So again, you can do this in so many ways. We can just keep the hands on the hips and then put them down. This can be the resting. If you go more forward, you can put a brick that's lower. If you're able to go even further, you put the brick even further. Or you put the head on the floor. So this is like your headstand right here. So just play with this action. And you want the legs very, very wide. After all the work we did, really wide. So go as low as you can with the head that's comfortable today, because we really rolled the spine. Take deep breaths. Deeply breathe in and deeply breathe out. Please speak up if you need some adjustment, even though it's difficult to see. Love what I'm seeing. Breathing. 2 more breaths. So straighten the arms if you haven't, and slowly take yourself back up. Slowly. You can use your hands on your thighs, roll yourself up, hands on your back, give yourself the opposite arch, elbows together, chin to the chest first, so look forward, legs can bend, And then let the chin go back. Breathe. Interlace the hands behind you. Roll the shoulders. Keep the hands here first and just push yourself back. Pull the elbows and now release the hands behind and down. Breathe. Open the chest. Keep going. And release. Last one. So these are back bends that are using some support. So we're not doing the camel. Turn your legs a little in. It might even help. We're going to slide our hands down our thighs. So I'll back to you. Whoa. So the first thing I'll do is start here. Elbows. Let my hips go forward and my chin to my chest. So I'm doing like a camel. Then I'm going to soften my knees out. Push the knees out. You can turn your feet out, Lee. Definitely, maybe Maureen. Then straighten your arms and reach down the thighs. So you don't have as much support here with the hands. If it's too much, go back to what we did before. Breathe. Get more upper back here. And slowly release. Feet together. Find your mountain. Take a moment. Relax everything. You can close your eyes. We're almost done. Sorry. Because it's this kind of class, I didn't want to do exactly what we normally do to end. I'd like us to try a fish, and then we'll do some legs up or something. So the fish is like so. We get on our legs, like so, because we did so much forward bending. Legs are straight. And then I'd like you to lift yourself up and attempt to try to get that neck further back and down. So I'm scooching my buttocks closer and closer back to try to get that head closer. You can use a brick underneath your head. You can use a pillow. And then find the floor or your pillow. Slide your elbows forward a little bit. Open the chest. So my head is on the ground and my buttocks are on the ground and my arms and my legs. Breathe. Open the chest. And on your back. Take a breath. Right knee into the chest, hug underneath the knee. Straighten that leg to the ceiling and point. Bend the knee to the chest, flex the foot. Grab the sole of the foot with both hands if you can. Take it to the number 4-ish pose, so turn that leg out, the knee out and the foot in. You're simply going to hold the outside of the calf and the foot, hang out here, or if you feel that need to, you'll pull your torso up and pull the foot towards your torso. Come down, place that foot on the outside of the other hip on the floor. Hold the ankle. Bring the knee back in. Hold the outside of the knee with both hands. Drop your right, and now take that leg across diagonally. Straighten the leg. Straighten, so you're almost taking the foot all the way around. Yes, you're twisting. Your spine is moving away from the floor. So if that knee needs to bend, go ahead. Otherwise, keep it straight and reach for the toe to the ground. Roll yourself, anchoring the shoulder. Breathe. Don't worry so much about form here. Worry about feeling and being in the body. I know we're over. Coming back. Straighten both legs. Feel the effects. Other knee into the chest. Pull. Straighten the leg and point the toe. Bend the knee, grab the sole of the foot with both hands. Open to a number 4, so now you have to grab the bottom of the ankle, the back of the calf, turn the knee out, foot in. You may take your torso up, or I suggest you just hang out here and pull the foot into the chest. Foot to the floor, so pull it over and still holding on. Big breath. Every time you get to one spot, make sure you breathe. Okay, this is just a play. You bring the knee into the chest. You can take just a bent knee rollover. You can take a twist this way with a bent knee. We're practicing holding the knee and straightening the leg, but you don't have to. You can take a bent leg. And again, keeping the shoulder anchored if you can. For some of you, if it's too much of a back, let go of the shoulder. Don't try to anchor the shoulder. Breathe. So when you arrive, rest. Feel expansion. Spread. Come back to center. Last one, happy baby. Grab the big toes with 2 fingers and pull your knees into the chest and try to straighten both legs and bend. Straighten both legs and bend. Hold the straighten both legs if you can. It's a safer way here than if you're seated. And release. So we're going to take Shavasana. If you want to do your legs up while you do that, you can. If you want to put your hips on a bolster, so if you have a roll or something and you want to just put your hips on a bolster and put your legs up, I'm happy for that. That's a nice ending. But if you want to just take Shavasana, you could also do a plow, put your legs over. Or a tad over today. So wherever you are, you're resting. The hips are elevated. Chin is moving to the chest. Take a deep breath in. Maybe if you need that, or just release the back into the floor and let go. If you want to stay for the ending, stay there. You can also bend your knees. Come to seated or lie in reclined position, whatever works for you to end. You can take a starfish position. Go inside and see, what do you need today? Do you need to soften? Do you need to trust the mystery? Do you need to enter the flow of energy and move with life instead of against it? Learn to respond versus react. Listen and love versus chatter inside the mind. Let's end with an Om. Place your hands on your body or make a prayer position just as a inhale. Om.